and we'll have you doing stuff like this with ease. Won't be a problem at all. It'll be safe. You'll be able to get lots of rewards and have a good time while doing it. Let's see what we get out of this one. Let's see. This is a triple azurite node. Oh, here's the dragon. Let's fight him real quick. Oh, he hit us a few times there, but it's okay. I'm not pushing any other buttons. I've got all my flasks automated. You can see they're all getting reused automatically. Really fun stuff. Easy. And here he comes for the third time. We'll drop a totem and let's take him apart. Just like that. And we get all the loot. Nice. Not bad, a blueprint. Hello and welcome to Path of Exile, Necropolis League. And this is going to be a series dedicated to Cyclone builds and specifically Cyclone of Tumult. We're going to level as Molten Strike, but right around level 51 we're going to switch over to Cyclone or Cyclone of Tumult and go from there. And this is dedicated to people that are basically new to the game, and what I've noticed is I've done a build guide on this before, and people can get, especially new players, they can get stuck at different stages in the game. So what I'll do is this series will be dedicated and broken down into level ranges, like maybe level 1 through 13, pretty easy. And that way, if you are playing Cyclone of Tumult and let's say you're just entering maps, so maybe you'll look for a level 68 to 75, and I'll have a part of this series devoted to that section, so you can go right back to it. You can look at the skill tree, you can look at the passive tree, and you can look at the gear and what you can do to get over the hump and to get you into the next stage and the next stage and then into the later stage. So let's have fun doing that. I'm looking forward to it, and let's go. I like this stuff, so it's fun for me. Also at the bottom, I'm going to try to have the chapter links so that way you can jump ahead in the video if you want, or go back and be like, okay, I want to go to this and see it again. And it's going to be very detailed. It's going to explain, first off, let's say the item filter. I'll put a link in the description down below. It's going to be really important to get your first item filter up and running. And by that I mean options, under game, we're going to go with, we're going to start off with the Necropolis soft item filter. So that it's going to show a lot of things on the ground, because we're also starting off, I'm going to make it fair, even though I'm level 93 in this one. I've moved all my loot from here off of my currency tab and moved it down to these tabs, and I won't be using any of the loot. But we're going to get you up to speed, and we're going to have all this gear and all automated flasks by the end of the series, and it's going to be great and a lot of fun. So let's do it. So important first step is to go download the loot filter and follow that link down below for NeverSync to get your filter. Let's do it. Also along the way, we're going to be focusing on getting certain leveling unique items very cheap and very cheap, and using those to progress through the campaign more quickly, more smoothly, just make it a more enjoyable experience. So we'll do that as well. So we're starting off and we have to decide, we're going to create a character, but we have to decide between an ascended raider, meaning this character where you'd start as a ranger, or as a duelist and go into the slayer. Now, very few, if any, I'm about the only person that does Cyclone as Raider. We're going to do it as the normal way. We're going to play as a Slayer. Let's create a character. And I want you to just pay, basically, whatever the new league you're starting in, and if you're a brand new player, don't do anything fancy. Just pick this middle one. Don't go to standard. That's like all your characters will end up in standard, but everybody plays the current league. By everybody, I mean maybe 90% of the people. Don't do solo self-found, because then you won't be able to trade with other players. And don't do ruthless, because it's the game on hard mode. And then hardcore is over here, whereas if you die, you have to start all over again. So we're just going to do the easy, right in the hitter. We're going to be able to trade, so it's easy stuff. Cool. And then we're going to pick right here, the duelist. So just click him. pick your name. So we'll say Cyclone. And let's see what we can name him. Cyclone underscore Slayer. Let's see if that's picked up. That should be taken already. Let's see. It already exists. MMO. Guy. That one. There we go. And we're in. Let's start. Okay, the first thing I would actually suggest, oddly enough, is to go into your options and actually spend a little bit of time on your inputs. I like AS right through here, AS, D, F, and W. I've got access to E, all my space, my shift space. So I'm going to press X for my inventory. I like that having there. And I'm going to grab this and move it over to spacebar. See how it moves over there? So now I've got AS and spacebar. These are heals. These are my mana this is my only mana potion. And as you kill creatures, they all refill. So you don't want to just use one life potion. You want to alternate and use both. And that way, excuse me. And that way, wow, my voice cracked there. That way you're refilling both, and it's more efficient that way. So don't just use one all the way down and then use the other. Try to use both, and that's a pro tip there, I guess. Also, we're going to go over to the UI. You're going to take a look around here too. You can put your health bar above you, all kinds of things. So spend a little time and get familiar with this. But really importantly is to move this. See how you go like that, and all of a sudden the zoom, and it's just really, it has all this extra stuff around here. I like it where there's no extra stuff around the edges, and I like the map zoomed out, and we can get the clarity. If you want, you can go all the way to the right, and we'll say save. And that way, when I push tab, now I'm looking, here I am in the middle of the map, and I can run around and just use that to steer around. You could put it over there, but it's kind of hard to look over there all the time and find out where you are. But that's a nice thing. That way you won't have all those walls around. It'll be a little bit less intrusive. Nice. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to left click on this, and we're going to put the feet thing. So this is going to be only move from here on out. You used to be able to put stuff like steel skin and different guard skills and things on here, but they've changed that. But it's actually for the better for us. For a lot of other characters, this is a big nerf, but for us, we're going to actually, it's going to be an improvement, oddly enough. And then we'll put our attack skill there. So we'll have left click, right click to attack. We're going to pick up the sword, and this is very simple stuff, but we're going to get very complicated later and very detailed later. But this is easy stuff, and you can always skip ahead if you know all this, which a lot of people do. And we'll just take this guy down, and then we're going to go right to Hillock. We're going to pick this up, and we're going to put it right here. And then we're going to replace this regular default attack with double strike. We'll X that out. So now we've got double strike on right click, and it uses mana. As soon as you're out of mana, it'll just default to the default attack. And then we can always press spacebar to get more mana. Now we're just going to hug the shore. We're going to ignore all these creatures. Don't even bother with them, oddly enough. In fact, the whole campaign, you're better off ignoring as much as you can just to get through the campaign as quickly as possible. We're going to link this. See how that has a link? I got to watch out for these little spitter things. See, this is linked to that. Let's go take care of that guy now, just so I can speak about this. This thing is linked to this, double strike, and it even highlights, not only that, but watch this icon down here. If it works with it, it puts it on there. See that E? So that's connected to this. That means this double strike is supported by this support skill, skill gem, a support gem, and it'll add the chance to bleed to your double strike. So you can do all kinds of things, and it gets really pretty advanced. Notice how we're not regenning, so we're going to use one of our health potions, a little bit of it, and they have different charges too, so we can use that one 3 times, 7 of 21. And we can improve these and all kinds of... It's going to be amazing what you can do with these. And then this one we can use 4 times. And it also recharges by fighting stuff and killing creatures. We're just going to hug this. Uh-oh, I'll be right back. He still wants to trade with my other stuff, so we'll do that in a second. But anyways, we're going to go fight Hillock. Let's do it. We're going to hug the beach. And with Hillock... Okay, tell me when. Cool. We've got a guy here. We're going to push tab and get our map off there, and we're going to get these guys away from us just because they're a pain over there. We don't want them adding into the fight. We'll just go like that. They're gone. Now Hillock, oddly enough, you just go, whoa. Come on. There we go. Counterclockwise. Let me get this guy out of here. And as you can see, melee is interesting to say the least. It's a lot harder than, say, any kind of ranged character or anything. And I'm gonna make that trade with that guy when I get in town. But I won't be using those 144 chaos. And we'll push spacebar. And we're just going right around, taking a little pot shot at him. Easy stuff. Just like that. Oh, easy. Get a little carried away there. Perfect. And you want to pick up all of this. And then we're going to head right into town. And we'll go from there. Let's go make that trade with that guy. And I'll show you how to do trades and everything. It's pretty easy. I'm going to go up here, and I'll be right back. We're just going to go invite. And then I'm going to go to my sell tab. And I have these 4. He wanted all these. And I'll just go to my hideout, and he should be in my hideout. The trader comes to you. And he should come over here now. Let's see. Invite to hideout. Come on. There he is. And then right click. Trade. There we go. He put up the trade. And then if you hold down Alt, it'll add it up for you and shows you how many. And you just hover over them all. Push accept. Done deal. And we say thank you. Done deal. And you'll get a hideout, I think right around Act 2. And you'll have a hideout like this, which you can decorate and everything. Pretty cool. Okay, that first guy, Hillock, he's going to drop some things like that. You know, a chunk of things. And we're going to take a look at which we'd want. We probably want to toss this. Let's see. We don't want either of these. The boots, we could identify them, but I need these 3 scrolls for something else. So I'm going to put these over here, and we'll identify them in a second. And we're just going to sell off all 3 of these. A little tight on currency right now. Also, if you have an empty slot, it'll automatically put it up there, like we had an empty slot for our life flask, so it put it there. Nice. So we can talk to each person. And if, you know, this is too detailed, you can always skip ahead. And let's go. If you missed the ward, go back to it. And one of these should be Molten Strike. Right there. Nice. Now what I'm looking at here is we took Molten Strike instead of this double strike. So that's a red gem. We need, ideally, another red gem, but we don't have it. But that's okay. We're going to go like this. We're going to put it over here. Like another, if it was red with a link, then we could support it with Chance to Bleed. But that's okay. We're just going to put it over here. And we're going to swap this. We're going to put Molten Strike there. And if we want, we could just put that on here temporarily. But this is going to get swapped out fairly quickly once we find a red link. Ideally like a red green or something like that would be cool. We'll find it though. And we could always purchase it as well. We could take a look through here. If there's something really good, we might take it. Here's a... Nope. We just kind of look over these things. Any kind of... Well, that's not bad, red-green like that, but we already have one. Not bad. We'll go from here. Now, here's the thing. When you're brand new and you only have these 3 wisdom scrolls, you're going to look for a couple of things. Basically, oddly enough, to make life easy, you're going to look for a coral ring that just costs a regular coral ring like this. And you're going to look at that plus 26. We're going to try to see if there's the best one. There's a 20, 23. So this is the one. We're just going to make life easy. We're going to buy that and use every one of our wisdom scrolls like that. To get these back, to get more wisdom scrolls back, we're going to sell off, we'll sell off the 2-handed. This is red, green. It's not terrible. We could even switch over to that. So let's go. We're going to sell this one. And for now, we're going to go with this weapon right here. So that we're going to sell these 2 off. We're going to put our bleed support right over here. We could even sell this off. We're not going to use double strike at all. So we're going to sell it. We're going to sell that one, this one, and that one. And now we get 3 fragments, which is almost another another wisdom scroll. We'll just put that down there for now. And we are in good shape. We'll keep that. And now we've got our Molten Strike right there. Next up, we're going to spend our first point. And this is where people can get overwhelmed. Don't be. We're going to push this. We're going to spend our first skill point. So it opens up, and because we picked Duelist, it starts right here. And we're going to ascend into Slayer around, I think, level 32. And that just gives us even, like, superpowers and pretty cool stuff. So, we're faced with this. And you'd think, oh my god, where am I going to go? All this, and you could look all this, but this doesn't matter. What we're really focused on is your initial choices are only right here and right here. And not only that, but your real initial choices are only, you know, you'd look and you'd say, do I want something like this? Or maybe I want something like that. And you would just go to it the fastest way you want, or whichever way. You're going to have the ability to undo these things later as well. But for us, I really want to get as soon as possible, actually around level maybe 9-ish, we're going to go right down and we're going to target this that says non-Val strike skills target an additional nearby enemy. And what that does is it allows the Molten Strike to do a second Molten Strike with 3 more balls of fire. It makes the game a lot easier. Once you unlock that, it's going to be another step of easiness. Not only that, we're going to target a weapon at level 13 that requires quite a bit of strength. So we're going to focus on these strength nodes. So we're going to go right here. And then we're going to work our way down this way. So let's go do that. Easy stuff. And away we go. So we're just going to head out here. We've got our Molten Strike on right click. We've got that. We have our all-powerful Coral Ring. And we have a weapon that does some interesting things. And you can always bring up your character sheet. Click over here. Move a little bit. And it'll start giving you a lot of information. So it's going to be 26 damage per second. Now, this isn't the most accurate thing because it won't understand stuff like is a creature bleeding, and then sometimes you'll have a creature that's bleeding and then you'll have the ability to do extra damage to creatures that are bleeding. It won't understand all these conditionals, but in its basic form it gives you enough information to help you out. So there we go. So we're doing that much damage, and away we go. We're going to put the map back on. And we're just going to run through here, and you're just going to have an easy time, sorry. And we're just going to pop these guys down. You're going to be healing. You're going to be using these for heals, and you're going to be using your mana potion. And it's going to be a little bit difficult at first because you're going to be running low on mana. You're going to be running low on life. So I'm going to use the Q key for that. And you can set it up any way you want. And you're just going to go through here. And for some reason, if for you, things aren't showing up on the ground, you can press, I think Z is the default key to get things to show, but Alt will also make sure that things are showing on the ground. So we're just going to keep going, and we're going to look. See these things that are coming up right here? Oddly enough, you want to open those, because look at that. This is worth a fragment, 1/5 of a wisdom scroll. But these things drop wisdom scrolls quite often, and you actually need them. Early on, you're going to need quite a bit of them. We're going to actually use them on these boots and hope for a 10% movement speed. That's what you really want on boots. You're basically not going to use any boots unless they have movement speed on them. For quite, I don't know, almost forever. This game requires movement speed on there. So we didn't get those, but still it's better than nothing. We'll throw them on there. And away we go. So we're going to fight our way through this this first area, just fighting these things. During the first, on the way to the first town, notice how I said, "Hey, don't fight everything." Here, you're going to be fighting stuff because we are really poor. We don't have anything to spend. We need stuff. We need loot. So we'll fight stuff, and we're going to make the game easier by getting a little bit over the level of the creatures around us. Not too much. Like maybe 2 or 3 levels higher than the creatures around us. Because right now, we're level 2 and the creatures are level 2. So, you know, it's kind of a fair fight. We don't want a fair fight. We want to have fun. And if you do die, you just go right back to here. It's not the end of the world. But nobody likes dying. But definitely open up chests. You're going to find a lot of stuff, a lot of wisdom scrolls in the chests. And these things too. They are an armor scrap. We're going to need that for something a little bit later. We'll show you that. But those are valuable as well. And we're going to level this up. So now, 26. It's not going to go up too much, but it goes up a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. And we'll keep going. And notice I've used, I purposely used one of each of these healing potions so that as I kill something, all of them are getting replenished, including my mana potion. Really nice. Now, towards the end of this area, which this guy, he's going to come along and jump you. So you're going to want to keep moving around this guy. You're going to fight the other guys around him. You're going to be using your healing potion. This is your first big test. And the extra health is kind of nice right here, because we'd be almost dead there without it. And you just want to get out of the fire. He's going to catch you on fire quite often. Don't be afraid to use your healing potions. And he might drop something nice. We're going to get away from him again. We'll use our mana potion. We're going to take care of those ads. Easy. Look at that. He really wants us in rough shape. But we did well. We're going to pick up everything. We're going to take care of it. Ooh, that's a good item. And because the loot filter that I downloaded, the soft one, geez, there's just pains. These things are a pain. There we go. This highlights in a certain way, and this is worth, it's a chromatic orb when we sell it to a vendor. So this is really important and valuable. Chromatic orbs are used to change the colors on sockets of items. So that's a really good item, and it's worthwhile. It's a worthy item. So we're going to take all this stuff. And not only that, if so like this item automatically went there. We've got this item, pretty nice. This one is, we don't even have a wisdom scroll to ID it, so we'll just set it over here. But this might be an interesting item because it does life gain on hit. So we could swap from a sword. We'll do a little bit less damage, but it's a safer way to go. So that's an option as well. And you can buy these from the vendors, claw weapons from the vendor as well. And that's how you could go that route. And then you won't be using healing flasks as often because you'll be healing yourself by hitting creatures. Pretty cool. Nice. And we're just going to work our way towards the first waypoint, which is right over here. This boss is usually close to the end of the zone. We just got an iron ring out of that, and I'll show you what that is. It's a pretty tempting item to use. We're probably going to end up with 2 coral rings instead, just because I want to show you the easy way versus the pro way. The pros would not probably use this, but you want to have an easy time. We found this iron ring. That's actually expensive to buy from the vendor too. I think it's like three wisdom scrolls, but watch what it does to our damage. 28, 32. That's a chunk up. They were looking at almost 15%. Not bad. Almost 20% extra damage. So we'll keep going. I mean, if here's the thing, if we have it, we might as well use it. It's just sitting there, so until we replace it. Not bad. And we'll use that. Iron Greaves. We'll take them. We're just going to sell them for scrap. And here comes our first waypoint. Nice. And we're just going to go back to town and sell this stuff off. And we've unlocked that waypoint. Now, if we click on it, we can go right there and skip ahead towards that area. For right now, we can't really identify anything. It's important to identify like rare items and magic items because we're going to get back certain currency that's worth a lot more. But for right now, we don't have that, so we're just going to sell it if we don't need it. This kind of stuff, a wand we're not going to use, just like that. But it adds up. Oh, there's the chromatic orb. That's nice. We'll put this in there. And the boots, armor 7, we'll just put those away. Now that has energy shield. You have a little bit of a choice here, and I'll explain why. Energy shield is nice. It puts this little energy shield around you, but it's nice to cut the stuns in about half, because how the stun mechanic works, even having a little tiny bit makes a big difference for a stun. So because they kind of have to get through that. So if you have these boots with armor, which would help versus mitigate damage, we'll do that in a second, and versus that. So I would go with these over that for right now. Okay, so we're gonna sell this. We're gonna sell this armor scrap for 2 more wisdom scrolls. Oddly enough, we should be in good shape. And away we go. So now we have 3, and we have a choice here. Do we go for the extra damage, or do we go for another coral ring? This stuff will change slowly over time, but right now I'm probably going to go for a second coral ring just to make life easy. I'm trying to play it like a brand new player. That taking this is probably going to make your life a lot easier. We're also looking for maybe a leather belt as well. I don't see any, so we're okay. So we're going to actually just do the right thing and buy our second coral ring. Nice. We're going to put this right over here, and then we're going to come back over our stash. And if you buy a stash, you want to buy, if you get into this, it's a free game right now, so you don't even have this stash tab, but it's really nice to have them because I can just click everything right into here. And that way I don't have to carry it all around, or I don't have to, put it, this thing will fill up a lot of tabs if you have a lot of currency. So we're in good shape. We're just going to put it right in there. Nice. All right, we made it to level 2. We're going to actually spend our next point, and we're going to spend it right here. Perfect. Now we're going to jump into right here. We're going to actually go off. If you go right and you kind of look at your map, your overall map, I actually tied it to, what do you call it? Easy, come on, there we go. The tilde key by the escape key, that way I can just press it like that. I don't have to reach over and press M or anything. We have 2 ways to go, here and here. This is a little side quest, and I would suggest doing it when you're brand new. Why not? Have some fun. So I'm going to use my space bar, and we're going to go right into there, and we're going to clear them out. Let's do it. There's a lot of chests and other things as well. This is the Necropolis League. So when you click this up here, this is going to bring up a new UI. And in general, I would say you really don't have to pay attention to this until a little bit later, until you start getting rewards and things. We don't have anything to improve it. I have something from that, but that's not gonna affect these things. I can't put it on here. So in general, I would just leave it like this until later. I'll show you where manipulating this matters more. But in general, this is all okay. But these are all buffs to the creatures that we're going to be facing. So the default game is harder because of this, but you're going to get rewards, and I think it's worth it. So we're just going to enter, and you don't really have a choice. So there we go. Let's go in. And away we go. There's 2 ways. You can go left or right. Doesn't really matter. I usually go left. I don't know why. And we'll open that up and hope for something good. We don't want to get frozen. It's unfortunate. We'll just take these guys out, and I'll keep fighting these, and I'll work my way around. And if you die, it's okay. Ooh, got another iron ring. Wow. And for some reason, if you're not seeing loot on the ground dropping, I think the initial way this is set up to toggle highlighting of items, to toggle it on and off, is the Z key, which you can press accidentally. So I tried to change this to something that I don't press, like Shift B or something far off of there, and then just to make sure. But then you can always check with just by pressing Alt to just temporarily show items around. You can like test it. But if you're not seeing anything drop by this point, probably the case, and you probably want to toggle that back on. Nice, our first transmute, and I'll explain what these do. They're ideally you want to use this probably for a weapon. Like this is just a regular normal weapon. We're going to turn it into a magic weapon, but you can do any of these. You could turn this into a magic ring, and it'll have 1 to 2 extra mods on it, meaning we don't have any of them. We're about to see our first one. Yeah, we don't have any magic items, so this will be our first magic item. So let's take this down here, and you should just be able to right click and right click right on it. Oh, and beforehand, let's see what our damage was, just in case we get some good rolls on it. 28. So we're going to roll this and hopefully we'll get some good ones. Ooh, fire damage, accuracy. I don't know what our accuracy was before. Oh, our accuracy was a little bit, it was 96. It's going to go up to 100% accuracy. And we're up to 36. That's a big chunk. 8, we're up to about 20, what is that? Almost a third more? Just shy of a third, about 30% more damage just with that. Very cool. And because our accuracy is now 100% too, that way our hits will hit 100% of the time. Nice. Pretty cool. And right up here is our second boss fight. That was a little mini boss, and we'll take the map off of it. And there's quite a... Oh, we got a whole host of creatures all around us. We're probably going to die. We'll tactically retreat, but these blue creatures jumped in. They're magic. They give a lot more EXP, and they're deadlier. And we have the mods on from the other thing. So there's a lot going on here. And we're not using... what do you call it? Claw weapons, so we're not getting life back. The only way we're getting life back is through our heal potions, where it would be a lot easier if... That's good. And here we go. Now we can fight this guy just one-on-one, and we should be able to just face tank him down, and we're going to get the quest item. We're going to take all these blue items, and then we'll try to take the other items if we have enough room. This nailed fist is going to be important. It's so important that I'm going to adjust that. Did we get a wisdom scroll? We got a portal scroll. We don't want to really use that right yet. But you can also, this league they introduced under the options, under the input, right down at the bottom. I tied it to T. We can actually just use, if you have a portal scroll, it'll make a portal back to town instantly, and it'll just use it out of your thing. But this, we're going to save that because I'm going to trade that for a wisdom scroll. And this stuff we can just leave. Oh, and ooh, we got 2 nailed fists. That's actually interesting. So interesting that I'm going to drop this one and take that one. All right, let's go back to town, and we can go back to town a different way. We could continue fighting all the way through here, or we can just go exit, not use a portal scroll, and just go back this way. All right, so now we're back in town, and we're going to go to Nessa. She's going to give us a reward. The first reward she gives us is 3 choices here. It's very, very important to take this. It's a movement speed for 6 seconds of a sprint. We're definitely going to take it. We can't use it until level 4, but that's okay. We're going to take it. Don't take these. These are like easy to get. We'll be okay without those. This is what you want. Unless for some reason you have tons of these. The second choice, let's see what she gives us. Ruthless, Ancestral Call Support. Now this is tempting to use. What this does is it's similar to what we're going for in our passive tree, but the problem is it does less damage. So it's going to reduce our damage, whereas that one doesn't. So I'm not going to take it. We could use it temporarily until we get it, but I'm not going to count on that once I get that unlocked versus the skill tree. I'm going to go with the skill tree one. It's plenty versus this one. Because this one does 2 additional targets. That one does 1 additional target, but it's less damage, and I'm okay with just the 1. And we can take a quick look to see if there's something else. Chance to poison. Nope. We're gonna take this, and then it's up to you. Maybe you would like to had to use this and do it. That's okay as well. But I'm going for the one the other way. Cool. Oh, we'll talk to Bestel. And then we'll talk to him. And we'll turn in the quest reward. Nice. So the medicine chest went in. We're in good shape. So let's take a look at all this. We're going to have to sell. And if you push control shift or control left click, it moves it over there automatically. Really a nice thing to do. We don't need this one. We've already got a similar one. This one's better. We're going to turn these in. We should identify these just because they might have movement speed, so we'll hold on to those. This one's important to have because we don't have a belt, so we need a wisdom scroll for that. We can sell this one. and this one, and we'll probably sell both these rings as well. We won't do the recipe for it, and we'll just say, okay. We're also going to sell that portal scroll, and then we have a choice. At this point, I don't think we need... We'll hold on to that for a second, but right now, let's move Molten Strike up to here for now. Ancestral Call, we can't use until level 4. So we have a couple of choices. It looks like we could identify this item and this item with our 2 wisdom scrolls. And then I'm going to show you the difference between using this weapon, which is pretty powerful, it's a nice weapon, versus 2 of these with the life gain on hit, life gain on hit. So we're going to compare it, and you can decide which route you want to go. This is the safer route, a little bit slower, but way safer. You're going to be able to face tank. It's pretty cool. And so let's ID these. That we're going to use because it's pretty cool. We get the 13, energy shield, and then what else do we get? Some stun and block, reflect 3. Not cool, but something. And then this one. I would really love some armor too. At this point, even more than anything, I need an armor piece, and hopefully we'll find one for 1 wisdom scroll. There's 25 armor. Anything better than 25 armor, I need an armor piece. Because, let's do that. I'm going to buy it, and I'll invite this guy over. The other guy didn't buy it. This guy party disbanded. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go D&D. There we go. So now we won't get disturbed. Because those guys are spamming a bunch of people, and then I say, yeah, invite away. And then they're like, no, I'm going to buy it from somebody else. So that was the second or third time that happened, so off we go. So let's take a look at our defense. Armor 13, that means our estimated physical damage reduction is 22%. Not bad, but as soon as we put this armor on, jumps up to 46%. It's a big chunk, and especially for what we're about to face next, which are the Roas. There's 2 things that are going to make us happy versus fighting those. Some armor, so that we reduce our damage, because if we take too much damage in one hit of our life, we get stunned, and then we can get chain stunned by them, and then die, and it's frustrating. So what we've done is we've upped our life by a lot, so it's harder to get us stunned. We have the energy shield, so it's harder to stun us, and now we got some armor. Pretty cool. So 3 different things, and that accomplished the final result, which is that. We're also oddly enough, we're going to take a look at this. So offense, we were at 36 with this. It's going to go down. That's almost in half. Pretty bad, just over half. We're going to go down to 60% of our damage, and I'll show you the difference for this. It's pretty stark. We could actually do it right back out here, and I'll show you this trick as well. If we hold down Control and left click this, we get this panel, and we can reset the zone, so you can run it over and over and over again if you want. I wouldn't suggest it, but we're just doing a little test in here. So now remember the first time I came in here and we were pushing a lot of buttons and doing all that. Let's see the difference now. We can grab this and hope something will be in these now. Oh, there we go. It's actually better than the one. It's red gray. I like it a lot better, but oh well. We'll vendor that off. And let's do this fight. So now, watch my health over there. I haven't pressed a heal. I haven't pressed a heal. I'm just using the mana things. So this is the difference. I would say it's a lot easier. I haven't pressed any heals at all. And I'm just walking into big groups. In fact, I would love a second mana potion, because that's going to be the thing that holds me back. We'll put this on, and I'll just continue to show you what the difference is with 2 claws. Now we're doing less damage, but it's still adequate by far. Look at all those guys. Because every creature we hit, we're getting 3 back, and it just adds up. So if you want an easy life, 2 claws at first for a little while, and we'll go from there. Let's see if we can do that fight again. We'll find them and do the big fight again. Let's see. So I'm in the middle of all these creatures, not even worried about anything, and just knocking them all down. And where is he? Where's the big guy? Not a single heal has been pressed. So that's to give that gives you a good difference. Oh, there he is. He made his presence known. Now the thing holding us back, the only thing holding us back at this point is our mana. Now we've leveled, you know, we've got another level, but I haven't spent the point. I'm not doing, nothing really has changed. I can even stand in some of that, and we got a lot more stuff. But that's to give you an idea how powerful it is. There it is. And we'll take all this. So I'm going to go back to town, and we'll go from there. Now we're level 4. I'm going to put this on spacebar and this on Q. I just like it on Q, or this on spacebar. I use it a lot. And we're going to automate these later. And we're going to have some choices here. We're going to sell off certain things. We're trying to get... We found a transmute too, so we're trying to get more wisdom scrolls and other items. This is important to ID. This is really important. We'll sell that. That's important to ID. That's important to ID. So, here we go. Oh, we got one wisdom scroll now. Here we go. We're going to ID this and hope for some good stuff. Got some armor, energy shield. It's better than what we have on. This is nice, 3-linked, but it's if it was red, red, green, that might be better. So what do we get out of this? Increased armor. So now we have 40. Block, some physical reflect. It's okay-ish. And if this was red, 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 I would or red, red, green links, I would probably keep this over this, but that's okay. So now let's look at our defense. 55%. Pretty cool. We're going to spend our next point right there. So we've just picked these 3. Nice. We're up to 175 health, 33 energy shield, and we are in great shape for the next challenge. We'll improve this. We're going to sell off all these things. And we're going to use this transmute on our weapon and hope for good stuff. Ooh, what do we get? That's actually nice. We're at 22. We got attack speed, accuracy. We got all good stuff on here. We'll put it there. And what did that boost us up to? 28. We were at 36. We went down to 22. Now we're up to 28. We are in what I would consider great shape. Nice. Let's put these in our stash tab, just like that. These will take... If we get a red, red, we don't have a red, red at all. We'll support it with that. This bleed we'll keep just in case, and we're in good shape. Let's go do the fight. And we're going to go this way, right up here. And we're going to go into the mud flats now. We're looking at that. You don't have to look at this if you really don't want to. You can click this and just go automatically in. But up here, you can just glance at it. But in general, I don't really move the stuff around. Increased damage on Roas. I think I'm gonna move that down to here. I don't want the Roas doing increased damage. So look, we can move it. Nice. And away we go. So let's go face the Roas. Now they're going to be protecting three different eggs in the zone here. And if you take the eggs, they become enraged. So if you want to make it easier, kill the Roas first around the egg nest, and then fight them. Or fight them. I'm sorry, fight them and then take the egg. And away we go. Oh. And I've got my mana potion on Q now. And now I'll take that to sell it. It only takes up 2 inventory slots. We'll take... Ooh, we'll take that. And we'll take it, and that's too big. It takes up 8 slots for a fragment, so I didn't do that. But this one helps our mana regen quicker. We'll take that. Not a bad item for that slot. We'll take these. Oh, and we got a small perfect. So I'm going to use this as the second one. These are fine, and then we'll have more mana. Perfect, that worked out great. And there's a recipe that we turn in 3 of these, and we get the next level up. Really important to do. So let's go do our first big Roa fight. And I don't see any Roas of protecting these. Take the map off, and I can just stand here in the middle of all these Roas now. And just swing away. Use my mana potions. Easy fights, and I'm not getting stunned. See how they come at me and they try to stun me? I'm not getting stunned. Whereas if you have low health and no armor, you're going to get chain stunned, and it's going to be really frustrating. So let's go get the rest of these and continue on. That's only takes up 4 inventory slots. We'll take that for a fragment. We'll go from there. We use our space bar for sprinting. We'll take another one of these. Shift space for more mana. And I'm going to get these and I'll be right back. Let's fight this group here. Oh, this is too easy. We'll take over the enraged ones. So we'll enrage them. Now they're really mad, and we're going to see how well it happens. So normally this is where everybody would die. Oh, I got a lucky level up right there. That might have been a death even with all of our things, because I was really pushing my luck there. But nice. I'll take it. Cool. I'm glancing around at these. No. And I would love for that to be red, because this is okay, but I'd just love for that to be red. Any kind of red links. Cool. Ooh, we got a second Quicksilver flask. That's actually making me a little bit of a conundrum. We're going to save that for a second. Normally you wouldn't get a second one of these so quickly. Until I get mana fixed a little bit, because I'm a little concerned about it. We'll see. If it's not, then I'll put it on shift space, so I'll have space and shift space. There's the next one. Just messing around. And we'll enrage them. Ooh, there's some, magic. So these guys are going to be even tougher. But I haven't had to use a heal even with those. Nice. And now I'll use a heal because my regen is kind of slow or non-existent. There we go. Coral Amulet. I would rather have the mana regen right now than regen on life. So I'm going that route. And we'll take this. And that's okay. Space-wise, we're alright. Oh, I might take that. Anything like 4 or less in space for a fragment, I'll take it. Ooh, a portal scroll. The mud flats, or I'm sorry, the fetid pool is a different, a side quest, and you can get a refund point for it. I want to do it, but I don't want to do it right. I don't want to go in there yet. I want to come right around here and hug this wall, and we're going to find the waypoint, and then I can go to town, empty, and then come right back in here and knock it out. And you could skip it if you want to, but I'm going to do it. There's a neat fight in there too, and it's nice. And we just put the row of eggs right up in there. It opens up this passage, and let's see if there's anything bad in here. There's creatures that freeze you. These, let's see. If we hold down Alt, let's see, or Control, Shift, nope. It should tell us some more stuff about it. No, it doesn't. But there's a certain creature, I think these are the ones that freeze. So we're going to take those off and put it on these guys down here. This stuff, yeah, I think these are fine. These are a pain, but oh well. We'll just move it off of these guys. And there's a portal to town. We're going to spend our next point. We'll spend the point right now. Right here. Apply. We still haven't found a red. We could maybe buy one off a vendor, but I'm okay with this so far. As you can see, it's not a problem. With the two claws, life isn't an issue. Mana, and we probably will even be able to switch over to this second Quicksilver flask. We'll go from there. Okay, we get a reward, and let's see which one's there. Ancestral Protector. This is important. Decoy Totem, Puncture, Blood and Sand is important as well. And War Banner. All three of these are important. We're going to start off with this one. But once these are unlocked via a quest, they're going to be available for sale from Nessa. The first one we're going to take take is this one, and we're going to put it right there. The second one we're going to take is Steel Skin, and we have a choice. We're not going to take Steel Skin first. We're going to take Dash. But we need both of these. So we need Steel Skin, this and that, and a lot of things. So let's take Dash, and this is going to be our Dash until we get probably Leap Slam, and we're going to use that eventually. But right now, Dash works, and I usually put it on D, which is right here. That's Dash, and we'll take it off of there. Nice. Farewell. Now, if I had the the Wisdom Scrolls to purchase from Nessa, I would go and purchase these other ones, but I don't have them yet, so I can't buy it yet. But we're going to sell some stuff off, and I've got other things that are more important for now. We're going to sell this Portal Scroll for a Wisdom Scroll. We're going to sell this and this and this, even that, even this, and that as well. We do need a, oddly enough, we're going to take that back. We're going to sell that. And I'm going to go with that over that. Only because it has the red gem and I need it. So, purchase. We're going to go with, I think, Blood and Sand. Let's see. Chance to bleed, Blood and Sand. Let's see. You can always just type in, let's see. B-L-O. Blood and Sand. We'll take that one. Right here. And this is going to be our first buff that we put on ourselves. And we're going to put that one right there. We'll take it off of here. Nice. And we're going to sell this one then. Nice. All right. Now we're going to go and ID probably these and hope for movement speed. That's important for us right now. Let's do it. Movement speed. Oof, increased armor, but it's got a red gem on it. So these are going to be better than... Yeah, slightly better than these, but not much. So now we'll put the red gem in there. And it puts it back there. Cool. And we'll sell these off. Except, put it over here and put everything away. Oop. And we're in good shape. Let's move one of these. And if you right click, it just moves it to the top of the list, and then I'll drag it right there. So now the stuff that I'm working on, I can just set in here. This will be our working on stash. And I'm cool with that. And I won't mix it with the loot that I have from, you know, all this stuff. I won't use any of this. Nice. Let's continue. We're going to go right back in here now, dip back out, and go into the fetid pool and do that quest. So we can just left click on the below, not on the orb. And we're just going to go right back in there, and we're going to do that. Let's just find out what it is in there. And we're going to enable our buff as well. And now it's going to take 10% of our mana away. And I don't want that sand buff. I want the blood buff. So it's more damage, less area of effect, but more damage. I'm going for that. So now we have that red circle there. And it shows it up here. And now 10% of our mana has been reserved. So let's see what happens on this one. These are all 20% increased damage. They're Roa skeletons. I don't like that. So let's do... Are these the archers? No. Let's move this one down to here. And we'll say enter. Nice. And away we go. And on this one, you really have to make sure to get the quest reward, you have to kill every creature in here. See how some of them will run by you? Just be aware of that kind of stuff. We'll use our shift sprint potion. We're going to be opening up all these little chests in here. We should get quite a few wisdom scrolls out of this. Nice. Ooh, a transmute. Let's use it right now. Extra damage, crit strike. Let's see what our damage is up to now. 31. Not bad. And we'll just keep going. So all these creatures in here you definitely have to kill. And you can do, you can type slash remaining like this. And you know, you think you've killed them all, but there's not one. And it'll tell you, hey, there's 2 left or something like that. So that's a nice thing to do as well. Ooh, we got this and this. This is really important. Now we have one other one back in our base, and then we have 3. We can vendor 3 of the same kind, and we'll get the next level up because these are junky. We can start using our dash now and our sprint, so we're going to start getting used to that. Dashing ahead. Using our sprint potion. Oh, and here's the fight. We're going to drop down. Oh, we don't have our totem on our thing. Well, I should have it on there. Why not? There we go. I have totem on there, and we're going to drop a totem right next to her. And that totem will help us. It buffs our damage, and it does attacks. Let's put it down again. And we'll just get right through her. So now I haven't used the heal potion. I'm hitting all those creatures around us. Really nice. But she's a tough one. And she heals herself too, and it can get out of hand. We use our mana potion. Perfect. We didn't get very good loot, but it's okay. And I can hold down Alt. This is the stuff that got hidden by our loot filter right here. And this is the stuff that's showing for some, it's just filtering out some of the stuff. I'll pick up that and that just because it's small enough and I need that. I need more wisdom scrolls badly. Let's see, anything? No. And it's not hiding anything. I hold Alt just to show that. And we're going to continue on and finish out this area. Ooh, here's a rare creature. Let's see if we can get anything good out of him. And we'll use a heal. I actually am using a heal because he's hitting hard. We'll use another heal and another mana potion. I could drop down a totem. That would be a smart thing to do. And just to give you an idea of our damage with the totem, let's see, versus without. Let's see. Without it, it'll go away. The buff will go away. Went down a little bit, like 10%. Nice. And we didn't really get it. Oh, close. I looked at the red, and we'll go from there. And we'll spend this point right here. We're ignoring all these other things, so we're just making a beeline for this non-Val strike skills. Ooh, we got our first item here. Pack monster reward greatly increased experience. Interesting. I'll show you how to use this. And you want to use these up. You don't want to save them for later because they're level restricted, so might as well use them. Interesting. We got another level, but when you come to questions about this, like this is just a regular item, you can start dropping the regular items and keeping the rare items, and I'll explain why once we get back to town. But here's just a regular item. We'll take the magic or rare item over that. It's more important. We'll move this over here, and we can take this spiked bundle. Nice. Holy, look at this. 86 armor on this thing. So we're going to identify this right now. And 86. So let's see what it does to our defense. We're at 52. 64. Pretty cool. That's, to me, this is worth it over this one. Now, let's say this had a bunch of red, green sockets that were linked. Then I would value the sockets over that. But right now, that's pretty cool. And right away, we find a battered helm, which can be replaced because this is just red. So we can replace it and not really lose anything. In fact, we could move these down here and it really wouldn't matter because they're not linked to anything yet. But we just got to ID this. This could be interesting too. And it looks like the last few creatures are right over here, I'm guessing. Yep, there's some. There it goes, and it's even counting it down. 3 monsters over there on the left. And then it lights up. Perfect. And then we can go back to town. We'll spend this point first, right here, getting closer to the really cool thing. And exit. Instead of using a portal scroll. Because that would be expensive. Because we're going to sell these portal scrolls for wisdom scrolls. And we're going to ID this. Right here, first off. And we get max life, compared to that. We get max life, some regen, some rarity finds. That's all fun. Here's the important thing. If we were to sell a regular helm, we'd only get a scrap. But if we sell a magic helm, we get these transmute orbs, which we've used the transmute, but it takes 20 shards to make one transmute, and then you can turn an item magic. But if you sell an ID'd item like this, an ID'd magic item or a rare item, you get alteration shards. Now these are really important, more so for this. Once you get 20 of them, you get an alteration orb, an orb of alteration. 4 of those sells for a chaos orb. 1 chaos orb can get us a super powerful item for leveling. So it's really important to have enough wisdom scrolls to start IDing stuff like, let's see, here's an item that is, see, we'd get alterations for that instead of transmutes or instead of fragments. So the ID scrolls, the wisdom scrolls, unlock alterations basically, and we save those up and we can sell them for chaos. 4 of them sell for a chaos. They're really valuable to a lot of people because people use them a ton in the end game. So nice. So I'm going to be able to sell this other stuff off. This, I want to be able to ID it. I really do. Even though I'm not going to use it, it's that important to me. So we're going to ID that and then sell it, and we'll get 6 of them. Same thing here. I don't want to... you get more for a rare usually because it has more mods on it. So we don't have enough wisdom scrolls right now, and I don't want to like save these things. And I do need a few transmutes, but you know, I just want to keep you aware of that. So we're going to go like this. We're going to sell that off. We're going to get more. We're almost up to an alteration, and we're going to save that one. So we're going to save that and that to ID it, even though we may not use it, probably not, but we're going to get the alterations out of it. Cool. So we're going to put that right in here. We're just going to ID it when we get a chance. We can vendor that off. Oh, and we ID'd this. Let's compare it by holding down control. Max life, regen, better armor. Across the board, this is just better. Cool. Let's go sell. Oh, we'll take this back. So we have 3. 1, 2, and 3. Let's go sell these. And this is a really detailed walkthrough, so you can skip ahead at any time if you know all this stuff. But check this out. If we sell 3 of the same kind, we get the next level up. Perfect. And then we're gonna put it there. So now I'm using that one first, then that one. We're gonna put this right here, and we're gonna sell this item and this item. And now we're gonna go into our currency tab. We have 2 wisdom scrolls. So now here's the thing. I'm not going to use these alterations quite yet. So I'm just going to hold on to these wisdom scrolls, and maybe I'll find something that I want to use them first. But these are important to save. And we'll go from there. We could actually ID... I could ID this. Let's do it, because it might be better than what we have. Some lightning damage over fizz damage and critical strike. It might be better than that second weapon. So let's take a look. We're going to go like this. And in town we have 30 or 29.45, and then that. So it's slightly better. So we'll vendor this weapon off. And we get some alteration shards. Not bad. And I think we have our first one now. Now we have 1, and that's 1/4 of a chaos orb. So not bad. Once you get into maps, you'll have hundreds of these. Well, you're sitting on, if you have 200 of these, you're literally sitting on 50 chaos, and people don't realize it. They're like, really? And you can sell them quickly. We'll show you how. All right, let's continue. All right, this we're just going to walk through. The thing you have to be careful about here is cold damage. One thing you could find is a sapphire ring and help you protect, get some resistance against cold. But if you have the health and an upgraded health potion and some armor, you should be okay. It's tough, but it's not easy in here. You can get frozen and be killed. But we should be in good shape. I do like having the life gain on hit in here. Now the pro move is not to be fighting all these things, to just zoom through everything, but I'm not using that approach. I'm going just like a new player would, fighting everything, getting all the different stuff. But the pro move is just to ignore these things, ignore even probably that, just run through everything, run by everything. And that's why they can get through the campaign in 5 to 8 hours versus the 20 hours that it's going to take us, because I'm going to slowly detail everything. Once you get decently good, 10 to 12 hours is a decent time to run through, but then you can get that down to 8 hours, then you can get it down to 5 hours, and it's pretty quick to go through. And then if you have leveling gear, 4 to 5 hours maybe, if you're really fast. Nice. In this zone, if you come to these stairs just like this, where it tees off, and you can even see on the map it tees off, that's the way forward, but we want to go find the passageway underneath here to get the quest done underneath there. Let's do it. Most of the pros will only stop for like magic groups of monsters. They'll be behind on levels instead of ahead on levels, meaning their level will be level 7 and they'll be in a level 9 or 10 area and just flying along, ignoring creatures, flying, barely having any gear. But I'm showing you a new player experience. So just to, explain that. Let's take a look at this. Ooh, 400 experience gain, and it's on the packs of monsters that are highest. I'm going to move this down to here because we might have more, more of those, getting more experience. And the rest of the stuff is fine. We're pretty tough right now. And let's go find the area and the quest item in here. And when you press the Quicksilver, when we press it, you notice the spinning white thing around us. That'll let you know that you have the buff on. It also shows it up that way as well. And oh, this is important. This is really important. We just got a first red. In fact, we're going to make this helm magical as well, because it's actually decently in shape versus the other one, but we're going to make it magical, and it's red. This is really important. We got some extra mana. That's fine. This is worth more than, even though that looks like a better helm, it's chunkier. We're using that one because it's our first red links. That's going to be a really good step forward once we get back to town, and we'll start linking this molten shell to other things. Nice. These chance orbs, you actually want to save them and not spend them. There's multiple things that you're going to need them once you hit maps and once you hit heist and different things. These are really important. I wouldn't get rid of these. Oh, and we'll spend this next point. Oh, it's so close to getting this. We're only 4 levels away. Here's our first shrine. They do a bunch of different things. Oh, and we got our first creature. Nice. Okay, let's drop a totem just to fight these guys. We're going to do quite a bit of stuff right here, explaining things. We found our first body for our graveyard, so that's going to be important, and we're going to use that right now as well. So right here you have I shouldn't have picked that up because there's a timer on it, but it's no big deal. It just makes you run faster, attack faster. You can either turn it into a corpse coffin or collect it. If you run out of space, you can just use this and it'll turn it into a coffin that you can carry around. But we're going to collect it. And this guy comes out and he collects it for us. At that point, we can go visit him right now, or we're going to visit him in town. You could actually go to him and you could view it or visit him. We're going to do that from town in a second. No problem. And we're just going to open up this stuff. We're going to keep going. Ooh, we got our first essence over here as well. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at that. I think that's the boss. Yep. Okay, so we're going to fight him. We're going to break him out, and we're going to get an essence out of him as well. Here we go. I'll take the map off the back. Less distracting. And oh, we got to put our buff back on. We should have had that on there. On blood. There we go. And it should stay up now. Unless you move your gear around, then it'll come off. But here we go. So we're going to drop a totem. We're going to triple click that, and it takes 3 clicks to unlock them, not just one. And we're getting healed by all those extra things around us. We'll use 1 heal. And 1 more heal. He's a tough guy. This is a tough fight. But we're doing okay. And we'll use another heal just to be safe. Drop a totem down again. They last about 12 or 15, 20 seconds. I forget exactly how long. But they can be destroyed too, so you got to be a little careful. Oh boy. So we got a bunch of things here. We got a bunch of choices as well. Ooh, additional accuracy. That's a support gem. We got this item, a bunch of stuff. Okay. Now we have a choice. We could go back to town, or we know the way forward here. So I'm just going to do this. We're going to run right back, and then we're going to go to the next waypoint, and I'll show you where that is. We're getting a little bit full on items, but that's okay. All over here, there should be a chest as well, but we'll just keep going for a minute. Oh, these guys want a piece of me. So we're just going to go back in here, and then we're going to go find those stairs again. And there they are, and we're just going to go forward towards the portal, and then find the next waypoint, and go back to town that way. That way we don't have to redo all of this. There's an outside chance that this is going to be better than our, better than this one. It's a rare, there's an outside chance. So let's ID that one right now and check it out. Accuracy, light, physical damage, increased, oh, that's a big one. The increased physical damage is big, and some more accuracy, but I think we're accuracy capped. No, we're at 92%. As you level up, your accuracy goes down, so you need more and more accuracy as you go along. These guys want to sneak attack me, and there we go. So let's put this on, and we'll find out what our damage goes to. 42. We'd be losing the 3 life gain per hit. Let's see if we put that on our main hand. I think I'm going to keep this on the main hand. Fine, that's fine, and we're in good shape. Okay. Now here's the thing. If for some reason I don't like we can switch back and get more life gain on hit. We could do that as well. But for right now, I like this mix. That's okay to do. Oh, here's another little fight. And we'll just... Oh, it's not terrible. We're still getting some life gain on hit. And the extra damage is nice. Nice. I think we're okay with that. For now, if it becomes an issue, just swap back to 2 claws. And... Geez, there's a lot of creatures here. Nice. We really haven't had to use the second mana potion. So I'm going to be switching over to... this will be what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this one over here, and then shift space will be our next Quicksilver. So we'll have 2 Quicksilvers. And do we have space for any of this stuff? Maybe. We could do the chain gloves. We could do that, and anything that can fit right there. Nice. Oh, and the coral ring. And it's a 21. We have a 28 and a 26. So we're okay with that. Let's ID these wool shoes. We need movement speed. Nope. And max mana. Do I want that more than that? Yes, but it doesn't have any red slots, so it's a little bit of an issue, but oh well. Now I have to recast this. I'll take the extra mana and some life per second. Nice. I'll trade that for that. Perfect. And let's spend our next point. We're getting points per... Ooh. This one is going to be increased damage and area of effect. So we're going to have a bigger AoE for our explosions. And we're going to get more damage as well. So let's... we can actually watch it go up right here. Bad. 3, so about 9%. Even though it says increased damage, it doesn't do like a 10% increase. If it says more, then it's a flat out multiplier. But increased is off of our base damage, so it's a little bit of a different thing. And now we come to the ledge, and there's a portal back this way. The resist all, I don't mind. That's going to be their resist versus our fire damage, but it's okay. And strongest pack, doesn't matter. Increased, oh, so the strongest guy in the pack is going to have double his life or around there? Yeah, that's just flat out double. For him, for creatures, the increased means more. Of course. And we'll... Oh, they're going to be jumping down on us. And we're going to fight our way forward. About halfway through this area is a portal. And we'll be able to use it. And we're going to... Oh, this is nice. We're getting a lot of scrolls now, which turn into alteration shards, which turn into chaos orbs. Pretty cool. And we'll even take that. Beautiful. Let's take another shot at some boots here. It's really important. Movement speed. Beautiful. Doesn't matter what these are. We want movement speed. So let's see how fast we're going now. Just some dashes. We're starting to... Oh, now we're fast. And we can fight this big group. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. But the pro move is skip ahead. But we're going the new player mode, which is usually fight everything. So I'm doing the same thing. Ooh, chest plate. 70 armor, not bad. And here's the, ooh, we'll take the chest, we'll take that. Ooh, a whetstone. That is actually important. That there's a chance that we're going to use this for something important. If this wasn't a trade league and that I know I was going to get a specific weapon, there's a, I would use this with there's a recipe where you do a rare belt, physical, the fizz belt with this and a base weapon, and you get a physical weapon back. We're not going to need to do that because we're going to have a trade league. We're going to buy the item we need, so we'll get around it that way. But that's what you'd use it for. For us, I'm just going to use it for 4 wisdom scrolls. Cool. Also, if you look really close, when you come back to this zone, if you look really close, there's 3 stones here, and they point the way forward. Let's go back to town, and we're also going to do the graveyard, and we're going to take care of all this. So let's sell some of this stuff. We'll sell it as magic. We're still a little low on these. We'll sell that for the 4 wisdom scrolls, and then we'll sell these as magic. And we'll sell all those as magic versus upgrading them or IDing them first. We'll sell this as well. And this and this. And we'll ID that. We'll sell that. And we'll sell that. So now we got some alterations. I'm cool with only having the 1 right now. If you want more life gain on hit, I would keep 2 claws. But I'm cool with this right now. We'll do that. I don't want to use the additional accuracy support, so we'll sell that off as for a scrap, and we'll sell the armor off. So now we got nice. Let's see what we're at now. We're gonna go over to our. We're gonna ID this one, and we'll ID that as well, just to get the alterations out of it. Is this better than our current? Yes. So we're gonna upgrade like that. We'll put the dash back there. So we're gonna sell this. We're going to put this away. That's a chance orb. We're going to save those. And we're going to ID those 2 items that we needed to from before. And ID and ID. This weapon, this thing only has the 17. We need the armor from this, so we're going to keep it no matter what here. Yeah. And we'll sell all the rest of the stuff. And then we're going to go do the next step. Nice. We got one full one out of that. Almost up to a chaos orb. Let's see how close we are. Oh, wow. Another 14 shards, and we've got 1 chaos orb, which we already have slated to spend. Oh, nice. Oh, we have a Tarkley reward. What is he going to give us? Skill book. Beautiful. Right click on it. We get a point to spend. And, oh, and we get a regret point to spend. Regrets are refunds, so let's say you went the wrong way and you want to undo something. We could undo it like that and undo it, but we're going to cancel. We don't want to undo it. We want to go forward. So let's see. Next point we'll spend right here. and it increases our damage even more and makes our AoE of our explosions bigger, and our Cyclone will be bigger. So these are important to take. Here we go. Apply. Nice. That was almost 5. That was almost about another 9% because of that. Makes sense. This one's going to be cool. Even bigger area of effect, which means it'll hit more creatures and more creatures and what do you call it? More creatures, more hits, and we'll get more life back with that if there's a lot around. Very cool. Okay. Let's go. I'm going to show you how to use this. This is a all flame, and you apply it to creatures. So let's say we'll go right in here, and we could apply it. We won't, but we'll oh, easy. Usually they don't jump you right at the. I guess they wanted to. We'll take it while it's here. This is how you would use those. You'd come up here and click this, click here, and these all flames, they can be in your Necropolis locker, and I'll show you that later as well. But you just go like this, and you click on this, any one you put it on. So let's see this. This is experience, more experience. Well, you would look for probably the ones that have high pack density, meaning there's more of them, and then that has the highest pack size as well. So you'd put it on this one, more experience, sounds good. You'd put it on him. There's all kinds of different all flames. I don't know, maybe 100 different. There's a lot. And there's some really, really powerful ones that are really good, really fun to use, and really important. So we'll be using this soon, but not here. We'll be using it in a different area. Let's go to our graveyard now. We're going to make our first, we're going to craft our first item. And let's do it. So we're going to come over here. We should be able to get access to them right here. Let's see. Okay. Let's take a look around. There's a bunch of graves, and you can see it on the mini map up here like this. Bunch of graves, and you can click them, but we can take a peek in here as well. Oh no, it shows me my graves that I've had from my other character. Well, I know the only one was a level 5 thing that we found. I'm probably going to have to take those out of there during this playthrough. Oh boy. But you can take them, you can take one of these out of here just by going like this. We'll take this one out and just turning it into a coffin, and then so I'll go and clean these out so that it will be fair as well. But then we found that one body. So we're going to come right over here to this one, and we're going to scroll down to find it. It was a level 5 or something. It'll stick out. It should show up like a sore thumb. Let's see. Where is it? Come on. I'll find it and I'll be right back. Here it is right here. The level 6 one. So early on, you're not going to do multi things where it's linked together, because normally you do something like this. You'd do 6 of these all tied, touching each other, so that it starts to compound the effect. And then you do a bunch of fizz damage, and then you do a bunch of different modifiers on there, and you'd build up the chances of getting a really, really good weapon. I sold a weapon for multiple divines just by making a physical weapon that way. But we're going to do this. We're looking at all our gear, and what would I really like? I guess I would like maybe an armor piece, a rare armor piece. That would be okay, or a weapon. Now, if it's going to be a level 6 weapon with 1 extra modifier on there. So we'll bury it. It's right here, and now we get to craft. We say, okay, let's craft it. And I have a choice. I could get, and it's going to be a rare, so I could get a rare ring. That would be interesting. I could get something like this. We already got movement speed, otherwise I might go for that. The weapon isn't probably going to be very good, so it comes down to a ring, some armor, some rare armor, or boots. But you can choose. We're going to get more of these, so we're going to get more. So let's take a look, and we're going to go craft. I don't know. Let's go with armor. We'll go armor. Armor, and then body armor. It's hard to read this. I wish they'd. And then we go. Then you get to choose your type that you want. We want armor. not armor and energy shield, not evasion. So we're going to go with armor, and then we're going to go with a chest plate. So it's going to start off with a base. That's the best base we can make out of it. Or you could go back and do something else, but we're going to give that a try. So we're going to do it with just the one, and it's got that +1 explicit. So we'll see what happens. It's not linked. The armor itself, we hold down control. It's a little bit better. We got some strength. I like that. We got a little bit of life, a little resist. So it's not terrible. Not super great. Maybe should have done a ring, a life ring. That would have been cool. Well, let's rip. Oh, fortunately, we have enough to put this here and that there. Oh, Molten Strike should be up here. And we'll put the Blood and Sand down there. So already you can see we have, you know, a little bit of pressure developing on sockets. But we're going to replace that. And there we go. So we've done our first, we'll put these in a stash tab over here. I've got to put, you know, so I've got to clean out this in between episodes. I'll do that. Let's go back to town and get our first support gem. So we'll go back to town and we're going to get our support gem on our Molten Strike. Now I don't want to do, the support gem right here. We have Chance to Bleed. We'll throw that on there. Fine. But this one is Ancestral Call. It's going to get replaced as soon as we, or we'll use it for now, but watch what it does to our damage too when we put this on here. 62, 51. So it goes down, but we get 2 sets of that. We're going to replace it as soon as we unlock this. So in a couple levels. That second one, it's going to replace it, and we're going to replace this with a different support gem. Pretty cool. And with that, I think we have done quite a bit. Let's go back out here and re-up. You know, we're going to have to recast those because we moved them around. Normally, it would know that that's there and it would keep it buffed up, but we had to do it because we moved our gem slots around. So we just have to recast that. So we've gone over quite a bit. This is a very detailed guide. We haven't used this item yet. This is a Essence of Woe. If we use it on a weapon, it would add spell damage. If we use it on armor, it would add energy shield, and it turns the item rare. So we want to use it on a regular item that's not rare. And then if we use it on a ring, it adds energy shield. If we use it on an amulet, 2 to 4. So I'm probably going to use this on this ring right here. Not a weapon. It's tempting to use on a weapon, but it would just add spell damage, so that wouldn't be... But it would turn it rare. That would be the upside. We're going to use it on a ring. Looks like it. Okay. Let's use it on this ring. Why not? We'll have fun with it. And what do we get? It's going to turn it rare, so we now have Dexterity, Cold, Increased Cast Speed. That's not helping us at all. And Max Energy Shield. So it's not bad. It's something. A little more Dex, a little more this, that. Pretty cool. If you had magic or not, just normal weapons, not magic at that point, definitely use it on, you know, turn your weapon rare and do it that way. So, pretty cool. We are in good shape, and if you have any questions down below, go ahead and ask. The next episode will cover levels 10 through probably into 20, maybe 10 through 20. And we're going to be doing our first trade for a really good unique weapon. We have enough to buy it. It's only cost 1 chaos, but it's going to really, really up our damage a ton. Like ridiculous. It'll triple our damage. And we're going to get that at level 13. So very, very quickly. We're going to fly through these levels. But I really wanted to be detailed. There should be, pretty soon there's going to be chapters down below. So it'll be a step-by-step guide for new players doing Cyclone, but starting out as Molten Strike, as a duelist, which is going to turn into a Slayer, which is going to be pretty amazing. So we're going to look forward to that. Have a good one and enjoy. I hope this helps people that are brand new to the game and really want to give it a shot as melee. Now melee is hard. It's harder than the other stuff, but I enjoy it. I love playing Cyclone. We're going to play Cyclone of Tumult. We're going to have a massive AoE, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. Have a good one, and enjoy.